the average price for barber school is 15 racks. If you can, avoid that, why wouldn't you? This whole experience, we're going to shrink it down into one video. I'm super excited to share with you guys this experience. When I first looked, I don't know how it was for Julio, when I first looked for information, it was hard to find. I had to actually speak to Chuka himself to find out.
With me, I didn't even know there was a apprentice program that existed. I thought everybody needed to go to barber school to get their barber's license, but that's not the case at all. Like, you can go get your license by being in this program. Why I chose that way, I mean, it got me into the shop fast. If I would have chose the barbering route, the barbering college, it's like 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
You're not getting paid shit. On top of that, like, it's like an everyday job type thing. And for me, like, financially, I wasn't ready for that. I know it's more expensive to do the whole barbering college. I've talked to a friend. He paid like $21,000. $21,000. That's hella money.
And you're still going there like it's a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah, like, goddamn. And for me, I couldn't do it. That shit's expensive. Apprentice program here in California is $2,000, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this shit.
Right.
Got on a little payment plan real quick.
So you're doing payments?
Got onto it. Yep. Got onto that payment plan real quick. Did that. We got that ball rolling quick.
Yeah.
Like I said, it took a month. It took a month to get that whole license in. Apprenticeship is like, you've been cutting there. You've been in the garage. You've been doing, you've been doing your thing. You have some idea on what you're doing at a professional level.
You have experience, because I know you've been cutting for how long?
Shit, I've been cutting for 10 years now, but it's been off and on. Like, I never thought that I was gonna be a full-time barber. I never thought I was gonna take on this role until just recently last year.
So how do you feel now you made this decision? Because I feel like cutting for that long, how do you feel? Are you comfortable in the shop?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, this is the best decision I've made my entire life. I just feel so free and so just set, like a big weight's being lifted off my shoulder. I'm doing something I want to do. I'm doing something that doesn't feel like work, and I'm getting paid for it.
It's an amazing transition. What we're experiencing right now is literally, just a few months ago, we were in our garage cutting hair, and we were wondering how do we get into this industry. It's nothing like being a student that gets paid, you know what I mean? We're licensed apprentices that, truly get to be treated as professional barbers. Anybody that DMs me and asks me a question about how to build their clientele or how to, keep this momentum flowing in their barber business, I'm gonna say be available. If somebody walks in the shop and the barber isn't there, and you talk to them last time, they remember your name, like you're friendly with them, and you're available to cut them.
That's key right there.
That's key.
That could be your new potential clientele. You don't know who he could bring. You don't know who he has behind him, like, that's looking for a new barber. I had that plenty of times. There's some clientele I have today is because of word of mouth.
So what it is, we have class every single Monday from
once a week,
from 10 to 1 p.m. and that's it. We go once a week, and the rest of the days we're in here counting our hours. It's 8 hours a day. You have to. The first step is to commit to 32 hours a week, and it's up to 40 hours. So you can work as many hours as you want. I'm not telling you can't work the whole Saturday. You know what I mean? Being here every single day if you want. I don't know why I'm holding this cake, but
after we did the whole paperwork, we received it in the mail 2 weeks later, or a month later. I'm sorry.
Well, 2 weeks later, and they told us we filled it out correctly.
Yeah.
And then they said, all right, you know what I mean?
Then you wait another additional month, get your license in the mail. Once you get your license in the mail, you still attend class, you still fill in your hours. There's still things called OJTs.
Grab that piece of paper right there. Pretend that's the OJT. It damn near looks like that.
Yeah, it pretty much looks like this. You fill out however many haircuts you do. It goes from haircuts all the way down to shampoo, washes. Like, they go in depth.
Razor shaves. But the greatest thing about it is that, we're actually getting the questions on the test.
That's one helpful ass thing. We get a test every single Monday.
It's a quiz, basically.
They're test questions from the actual state board. We go over them. He explains why we're prepared for our whole state board. But that's one thing that's hella helpful. Like, the whole test, I keep all my tests. You?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, and I like number them.
You tally up all your numbers and present it to them, and then the instructor, our instructor's name is Mike Burt here in Northern Cali. Yeah, and he'll go ahead and turn that in and file for you. And throughout your next 3, you have to do 21 total OJTs. He'll file for you, and then you can go ahead and file for your state board. If you pass that test, you're now a licensed barber.
One thing about the apprentice program is you have to find a shop first. So you have to ask a shop if they're willing to take you as their apprentice. Once you have that, then you take that approach to the apprenticeship program. You ask them if you can, enlist in the program. I found a shop that's willing to take me. From there, they get all the shop's information, bring it back to the program. That's how you get all the paperwork started. That's how you do the whole.
It's in that order.
Yeah.
Find the mentor, find the shop.
You find the shop. You find if there's anybody in there willing to take you, and then from there, if they are, you let them know what apprenticeship program you're going through. Blah blah blah. Fill them in on everything. Go back to the program. Bring all the paperwork that's required to be filled out to the shop owner.
You fill that out with the owner.
Fill it out with the owner. Make sure you go through everything, all those guidelines.
Make sure the one most important thing is that when you do find the right environment
make
for
sure
you,
it's the right shop for you.
Yeah, the right environment where you're gonna grow. And not only that, but a trainer that is solid. He has good habits, and he's where you want to be 10 years from now.
Exactly. Once you're working through the shop, you're employed through the shop at that point.
The apprenticeship program is 2 years long, and it's not possible to shrink that down.
Yeah.
So let's be honest, the average price for barber school is 15 racks. If you can, avoid that, why wouldn't you? Or at least that's how I saw it. And I said, okay, this $2,000 investment in an apprentice program is, going to be a career for me. Barber schools, they're getting government funding. So what that means is that it's all about sanitation and how to pass the state board, and it's really nothing about clientele,
don't they pay
marketing.
For all this shit too? I really don't know too much about the barbering college, other than it's 21. Someone was paying $21,000 for this shit. I couldn't afford it. That's all I know.
The social media aspect of this apprenticeship program has been amazing because as we're in here every day, we can go ahead and document our haircuts on our Instagram. I'll go ahead and throw Julio's Instagram overlaid on the video right now. You'll see my man is at almost 9,000, I believe, 9,000 followers. And it's only been, it's been less than half a year. This man started out at, what did you start out at?
Started off at 1,000 followers. Yeah.
Yo!
Thanks, man.
And it's been like 5 months. That's a lot of growth, and if you look at his Instagram, you'll see he's documenting his haircuts, and you'll see his growth from when he first started, the videos he was posting compared to now. He's grown a lot.
My videos were booty. Straight booty.
It's a marketing tool. We're truly in an era of like the most beautiful times that has ever blessed any business, especially the marketing and the barbering industry. So 100 years from now, we're gonna look back and be like, yo, that was a golden age. The people that was right there, they witnessed some amazing, because we literally have clients that will save our video. We'll have people out there in Sacramento that see the haircut trending on the Explore page.
If you want to be a barber, I suggest you hop on that right. Like, if you really do want to be a barber, this is something you really do like enjoy doing, and just like me, like, shit, I love coming in here. I love working. I love cutting hair. Like I said, it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like work to me. Like, these days go by super fast, and shit, I'm ready to do this shit all over again the next day. But like I said, anyways, shit, if this is something you want to do, like, I suggest you guys just hop on this now. Look at your guys' resources, what you guys have from wherever you guys are at. We have barber apprentice programs out here that we took advantage of. Bruh's from Ohio. He came out here, did his thing. Now you're booming, bro. For real, now you're booming. That's just crazy. Like,
so if there isn't a
bro, there's no excuses. Joe could do it. From Ohio, come out here, do his shit.
My biggest tip is to practice the shaves now. Practice the razor now while you're in the garage. Practice the designs. Mess people's designs up, all right? All of that, because once you get in the barbershop, you don't want it to be your first time trying a design. And
it is crazy. When I first got here, I was nervous, bro.
You was under pressure.
Hell yeah, I was under pressure, man.
Cold under pressure makes diamonds.
Yes.
Yes.
I like
Cold
that
under pressure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, be smart about the shop you pick. Be smart about the shop you want to be in. If you can see yourself growing in that shop, then shit, go all in. Go all in there, and just make something out of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's what we're trying to do right now. I'm trying to like really master my craft. I'm trying to really just be nice at my craft. I'm trying to just get that shit booming right now. I'm doing all types of shit. Just
you're focused on the details.
Different techniques.
But you're not afraid to put yourself out there and document along the way.
Oh no, definitely not.
Like I said, his Instagram will be on the screen, and you'll see where, a few months ago when he was at 1,000 followers, his posts weren't going viral. They were getting a few hundred plays, right?
Yeah, they were getting like 56 views. Yeah,
So that was the start, right? Now, you post something, and within a few hours, like, what's the most views you got in one day on a post?
I don't even know, bro.
I know you had that video that got like 40,000, 50,000.
Yeah, I know.
You had
I think one
platinum
video
hitters.
had like 50,000 views.
50,000 views on one
That's
post,
so crazy.
and you did that for free.